this guy, Ulysses Slaughter, went viral with this video when he talked about his wife falsely accusing him of violence and getting him kicked out of the home and getting a restraining order. Watch this real quick. Maybe you've seen it.
I'm being evicted from my house now.
Immediately, but what we allow you to do is get an overnight bag.
I have to leave right now.
Correct. Yep. So you can go inside, gather up some of your things. We allow you that courtesy.
Women, in particular, who do this to men are criminals. My understanding now is that this is a strategy that many women will employ in court in order to take advantage of their husbands and their property. You say I should have seen this coming? She did everything she could to keep me from seeing what she was doing. There needs to be a movement so that some strong legislation can be put in place to stop this. This is criminal.
Okay, so here's the problem with that video. I think it's like a year old or more. And when I had first seen it, I was thinking, watch, this guy's going to make a stink. Then he's either going to go away or he's not going to do or say anything about what the problem is. And it's rang true. You know, he says a bunch of intelligent things. He's right about a lot of stuff. But he's just like the Father's Rights Movement folks. Just whine, cry, piss, and moan about what's going on and don't do anything. I think he created a hashtag that he has up there that has like, you know, it has only like 3 pages somewhere that's been hashtagged. And, you know, now it's come to a point, I just saw a video of his where he makes some great statements. He says, these women are criminal who falsely use restraining orders to get leverage, to get the home, get the kids or whatever. I'm not sure if he has kids, but he, you know, she's trying to take the home, get him kicked out of his home. And he's saying they're criminal, and he's right. And he's saying we should do something about this. And men, don't allow this to happen. Don't just let it go. Hold these women accountable. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why this keeps happening, because everybody who whines and cries about it never does anything about it, never gets on the offensive, never holds anybody accountable. And then it's on to the next generation of guys who whine and cry like, how come nobody's doing anything about it? Because you're the next idiot who's not going to do anything about it. So Ulysses, he first invited people like to make comments and say, you know, if you've been through this, or I'd like to hear some people who have legal strategies and things like that. And I'm in the comments saying that, you know, I've won over and over, have thousands of guys who won over and over, fought against bogus protection orders, stuff like that. Didn't hear from him. It doesn't seem like he wants answers, just like men don't want answers. And here he is nowadays telling guys, stop letting these criminals go, hold these women accountable. But in that same video where he's saying that, he didn't take the time to say what you should do. So he's had all this time, and suppose he's an investigative reporter of some sort. He hasn't taken all this time to use his influence and following. I mean, he got millions of views on this video. He hasn't used his influence and following to find out, what do we do next? Because there's nobody out there talking about what to do next except me and maybe some people underground. You know, Judge Anthony's out there helping people in court, but he's not telling people to get on the offensive. He says he does the play Mr. Nice Guy, sound professional, and kiss the court's butt bull crap. But Ulysses is saying, and this is a great point that he makes. He says, these women are criminal. They should be held accountable. Don't just let it go. And that's what I'm saying. Like all these hoes and home wreckers and women who manipulate men for money and sleep with multiple different men and have different babies' dads, and then their kids watch them and they turn their daughters into hoes and their boys into princesses, or they end up going the other extreme and become hardened criminals. We need to stop this and expose them. We pass out flyers when a sex offender moves in the neighborhood. When, you know, like a Bernie Madoff has a Ponzi scheme, or there's a GoFundMe that has a fake kid who never died. Oh, we need money for this kid's funeral. We tell people, hey, don't spend money on that. But when a woman comes and destroys your family or cheats on you and has 5 different boyfriends and you know, gets money from all of them and plays the role like she's dating all of them, and then when they find out, she craps on them so they don't go and expose her, that's what they want. And we don't do anything about it. And we don't say anything about it. You know, I got on the offensive with an ugly breakup with a crazy chick that I was stupid for dating, and I went and got a protection order. A lot of you guys are, oh, just walk away, just let it go, just forget. No, I got on the offensive. I got a protection order because she made some criminal threats toward me because when a narcissist is exposed or when a main supply leaves, they get narc rage. And then she just wouldn't stop harassing me and then started threatening me because she got narcissistic rage. And it's a crazy phenomenon. And so I went and got a protection order against her. Then she started whining and crying that I was ruining her life. Well, you shouldn't have threatened me. You shouldn't have taunted me. You should have just walked away when I was done. And, found out you ran through and tore up and, and all that other stuff. And, I'm an idiot for getting with her. She played a good damsel in distress. Some of us get suckered. And, I was casual acquaintances with her for 10 years. So I saw her playing victim for a while and kind of believed it because she had some actual evidence. But she twisted and used it in her favor. So that being said, we should hold these people accountable, but Ulysses doesn't give you any answers. Well, I'm going to give you some answers right here. Hopefully Ulysses is listening to this and actually cares and isn't just getting attention and clicks. He seemed really sincere at the beginning, and it's a year later. He actually had, and obviously he's a black man, he had black women criticizing him because he married a white woman. And he would say, I got kicked out of this home by my wife, my white wife, like saying, here goes a white woman destroying a black man. And then all these black women took his video and replied or did a duet on it, and they're just sipping their tea, and they're watching like, anyway, girl, I was making I was making this dinner, and I was doing this and doing that, or what do you think about these plants, or what do you think about this drama series, TV show, just callously, doing the sipping tea thing and just callously blowing him off. And every single one of the videos that I saw was an obese or manly and or extremely unattractive, rough woman who you could see why dudes probably left them for a white woman or whatever. And then they're mad at him. This is a man who got violated and criminally used and spit out. And I think he has even text from his ex saying, I'm sorry, I couldn't be honest, but I had to do what I had to do. Going to court. So what is he doing about it? I don't see any testimony of him, of his steps that he's taken. You just see whine, cry, piss, moan. Whine, cry, piss, moan. Aren't you guys sick of just watching guys and going viral talking about how tragic their situation is? It's turning into the Kardashians. All the Kardashians do is whine, cry, and nag and stir up drama and whine, cry, or NBA wives or housewives of this or that. When is anybody going to care about answers? I went on my interview with Pearl from Just Pearly Things. There's a link in my flow page to that interview. And I gave some free game and some answers on there. She has 1.5 million followers. It only has 10,000 views because guys want to see some crazy hose booty clapping in her studio or something and just want to see a woman verbally get beat down or destroyed in a debate by Pearl. How come you guys don't care about solutions that help you get custody of your kids or control of the house? Because that takes work. That's what the problem is. So here's some answers to what Ulysses is talking about. If somebody falsely reports you to the police for committing abuse, domestic violence, rape, child molestation, or a threat, when that's proven to be wrong, or even when it's not proven to be wrong, if somebody gets in a fight, one person presses charges against the other one for starting the fight and it was self-defense, press charges at the same time for the crime of false reporting. And if the prosecutor won't prosecute, then go file your own prosecuting papers. Most states allow a citizen to prosecute somebody with charging papers, as long as it's not, murder or a Class A felony or whatever. Sue them in small claims court. How come Ulysses hasn't sued his ex for abuse of the process, intentional infliction of emotional distress, slander, libel, if they're out there, false portrayal, there's a couple other torts that you could sue somebody for. If you're doing small claims, they can't get an attorney and you can get some money for it. So pressing charges and so on, and then dox them. Expose them. This person is a homewrecker. If you go out with her, warning, danger. Expose them. We should do the same for judges and corrupt lawyers. But we won't do it because my gender is a bunch of limp-wristed coward, smack-talking little sissies who just talk, and it's a big show. It's like WWE wrestling. They talk good game, but it's all a show and act.